How we doing, folks? Your boy Marcus 1-205 numbers after name and little tight Tuesday action right here. Games come down to the limit, to the wire, to the wall, to whatever the hell else Kanye said at the beginning of that damn song. That was pretty tight. Shout out to Kanye West, man. We always appreciate him here on the channel. Avid viewer and avid listener to the channel. I mean, it's incredible the support he's brought to the table. Sometimes I can't even get away with my own lines. Playing over here some tight Tuesday, man. Playing on Exodus. Exodus is kind of a strange map to even like have a feeling on. I don't think I like it. I'm not 100% sure though. I've had really good games on it, like this one. I've had really bad games on it, like the ones that you don't see. But it's a little bit up and down for me. It kind of depends on what people play. It's it's 3 lanes in its own way, but it's mainly just one, and I don't know. It's a little bit of a bigger map. A lot of people don't play the edges at all in this map, but then some people do, and they go crazy. I, for the most part, like playing this little middle part right here, but I like jumping up and down onto these top parts and kind of trying to do some unexpected stuff. But oftentimes I'll go and dip out around too. It kind of just depends on how people are playing it and whatnot. Let's talk a little bit about supply drops, man. I promised to talk about this last week, and I just never even got around to it, man. There really isn't much to say about this, though, because it's pretty chalk as to what opinion you need to have about this. One of the main reasons why I kind of laid off Advanced Warfare was because of the supply drops, because of the fact that you kind of needed to get these guns and these random things and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's not really necessarily pay to win. It's more like pay to just gamble to possibly win, which is just an interesting thought in its own way. It's like, yeah, you could kind of pay and maybe win some, but maybe not, and maybe you will. I don't know. It kind of depends on how it goes. So I was never a big fan of that. The fact that you can earn through the game, though, and just stuff, I was like, okay, well, that's fair, Something like, for example, Street Fighter V, where you could get, like, all the DLC characters if you play it long enough. It's cool until you realize that you gotta play this thing, like, 1,000 bajillion days because you run out of stuff to bring it up with, blah, blah. So that's not as cool. So I wasn't a big fan of Advanced Warfare in terms of that. In terms of the tiering of the guns and, knowing that, the ballista in a certain way, or the piece, I can't even remember these names because I didn't even play it that much, but there were certain guns that you knew were like, the Inferno, this would be like blah, blah, blah. There were certain guns that you knew were just so much better than the others, and I was just like, and it was small stuff, but it was like, hey, 1 added damage, 1 added accuracy, and that just happens to be that maybe you just got lucky and got that, and I didn't, and I played a lot of it, and I didn't get a lot, so I was like, all right, well, I mean, this is kind of, I think for Call of Duty to really work in its base form, its most simplest form, or its most simplest, in its simplest form, in its most simplest, English my second language, most simplest form, everybody has to be on the same playing field, right? Everyone starts off same guns, same weapons. This case, same specialists. Like we all start off the same way. Then what you do with them, that's up to you. That's kind of what deciphers between good or bad. Once we change that initial playing ground, that's the part that I'm kind of like, I don't like. Here, when the game was initially announced, the supply drops, it was all gonna be cosmetic. I was like, yo, like that's what's up, yo. They doing it right. All cosmetic. I don't really care if I don't get that camo. Whatever, don't really matter to me. I'm gonna work on the hero camos anyway. I'm probably gonna rock those 90% of the time, so I'm straight. I don't even care about the camo, but hey, if I get them, I get them. There's the taunts and the gestures. I was like, oh, that's tight. Taunts, gestures, that's cool. I like to do that. Let me dab on somebody. All right, that's cool. That's tight. Appreciate that. Then we start putting the guns in there. That's a problem. That's a problem. It's not as big as I feel like it was in Advanced Warfare because it's not alterations of the guns we have. It's not like I'll go and find a better Kuda in a supply drop, because that would be a serious problem to me. That would be like a, whoa, what the? It's not that bad, but, there's a remake of the MP40 that's sitting around there, and hey, guess what? I'd like to try it. I'd like to see what that's about. Guess what? It ain't going to happen, because I'm probably never going to get it. Just odds are, and the more stuff that they added to the supply drop, less chance you have to get stuff. So every time I kind of see that someone else been added, I'm like, well, there's another chance, whatever. I got the Furies, I think Furies Wind it's called. I got the sword. That's literally the only weapon I got. Or the wrench. I got the sword and the wrench or something like that. The two that I really could care even less about, honestly. I got those two, just randomly. I was like, all right. 9 out of 10 times I get a bunch of stuff that's repeated. Thankfully, you can dedupe the dupes now. I do enjoy that phrase. That's one of my favorite things that they've added. They duping the dupes, and I'm like, oh yeah. I actually slipped it off at work the other day. There was like a duplicate, like I'm not gonna explain too much what I do, but there was a duplicate file or something, whatever. And I told the guy, I was like, hey, you gotta dedupe the dupes. And he looked at me, and I was like, oh boy. I was like, I might need to take a little break of the Call of Duty once I start introducing it into my lexicon. But the fact that they said they were only going to do cosmetic things and not is just not a good look. It's not a good look for Treyarch, which is definitely my favorite side of the Call of Duty developers. It's definitely where I feel I've had the most fun in the past. I'm not 100% sure where that decision came from. Obviously, no one's really addressed it that I know of. It kind of just happened. They were like, it's free, you know, you just happen to get them there, or you could spend a ton of. And here's the best part. You could go ahead and spend a ton of money on the supply drops, which I tell myself all the time, and anyone who knows just my philosophy, I'm not going to spend a dime. Guess what? I bought the season pass and the game. That's it. I ain't buying that. Now, if you go and tell me, here's a different way of handling things. If you go and tell me, listen, you know, which I mean, this is kind of ridiculous as much just because of how big of a juggernaut Call of Duty is, but let's say, you know, just for argument's sake, they go and say, you know what, we weren't really planning on adding these weapons, but now we're adding these weapons, and we realize that, you know, it's taking a lot out of like a big toll, blah, blah, blah. We're going to have to add on like another $5 to the DLC, or we're going to make a separate DLC pack away from the Season Pass, $5 for like the weapons, or $10 even, or something like that, you know. It'd be kind of ridiculous even to hear that. But at least I would entertain that, and in all fairness, I probably would suck up and just be like, all right, man, $10, all right, that's cool, man. I'll get the extra guns or whatever, blah blah blah. But the fact that you can go and buy these things with COD points, whatever, you can pay money. You can pay money to enter the lottery, because it's not like you're paying money and you're gonna get them. You're paying money and they're like, well, might get them, might not. Still don't really know. That's just crazy, man, and it's just not a good look, and it's just exploiting the game, exploiting the people that use it. Thankfully, it's not game breaking, and in all fairness, I haven't even run into too many of the weapons. I've run into the crossbow probably the most, honestly, and I'm not even sure if maybe I ran into it or just I hear it more, because the crossbow has a very distinct sound when you shoot it. But it's just a bit disappointing that it came down to that, and just how, I don't know, greedy, I guess would be the best word to describe that. It's just a little bit, a little bit too greedy over there when we sit down and actually think about it. But you know, I haven't stopped playing Call of Duty. I don't think I will. It's not breaking the game necessarily. It is hurting it though. I think it's not. It's just difficult to really express how to properly do it. Solutions though, I'll tell you the easiest solution, and when everybody back, be like, hey, guess what? Next DLC, we'll just put all the weapons in there. That's it. Easy win. I don't think they do it. And you know, I mean, just picture this. Just think about this. This Call of Duty life cycle ends, right? We finish playing Black Ops 3. The next one comes out. Ghost 2 comes out. You could keep playing Black Ops 3, and in theory, you could play it forever and never have every single weapon if you just happen to don't get lucky in the little supply drop lottery. It could happen. That's crazy. That just makes like little sense. It's disappointing. It's disappointing, and it's not a good look. And, I mean, the only way really that I'd fix it is, here's another one too that I've heard that is in itself okay too. You make a special. You know how you go and you buy common and rares and stuff, but you make a special little section where it's common, rare, and weapons. I think that'd be fine too. You know, even if it's let's say, you know, a stupid amount like 60 crypto keys or something like that. That's fine. You know, you save them all up, you go and get a weapon, and there's only X amount of weapons, so you're gonna have to play a little chance with that. But maybe you dedicate a month's worth of crypto keys or something, and you end up getting all the weapons, and then you go back to the rares and get the cosmetics or something like that. Yeah, that's fine. You know, that I'd even work with that over there. I just jettisoned that out of there because I was like, listen, man, I don't know what's going on over here. Let me flip over to this side. There's nothing worse than glitch, man, than, and this happens to me way too often. And mind, this is a 4-tag game. We've been losing for the better part of this game over here. I'm trying to turn this around, and I'm looking. I'm like, yo, Sentry Gun, what the hell are you doing, B? Like, come on, man, do something for me. 5-tag game, wow, 4-tag game, 3-tag game. Uh-oh. We're creeping on. Come on, Ray, do its work, yo, do its work. So I'm trying to come back over here in the middle because I know I know it's the center of attention, and B, I was trying to follow along with some of this hater stuff, and C, I wanted to get the chopper, the sentry gun going over there. I'm trying to cut these people off. I let one slide, assuming that he just won't even like notice me. Teammate gets over there. This guy just went the wrong way. That guy went the wrong way. That guy turns around. He has a chance to win this game for his team. You know, he turns around. There's a 50-50 chance he wins that gun before he manages to pull us out here over here in the end, man. But it's not worse than, and I think I got like 54 kills, that thing says, right? Or 34? I don't know. I can't see. It's very small, unfortunately, on the screen. But, kind of brutal. Nothing worse than glitching and not knowing where you are. I think about, I'd say like about an 80 to 85% of the time when I have glitch, no clue where I am. I'm like, I could be anywhere. I was like, I don't really know. I hope I'm there. I have hope sometimes when I glitch. I'm like, I hope I end up over there. I think I ended up over there. Sometimes I'll pick up my gun and aim, and then glitch expecting to be like, oh, maybe I'll go back to that spot. Yeah, oftentimes it doesn't happen. Your boy Marcos, man. Doses.